Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Breathe with Patience, from anxiety to serenity. As you know, I always bring amazing individuals from all over the world to let you know, my dear listener, my dear viewer, that whatever you are going through, you are not alone. It might seem dark right now, it might seem hopeless, but I want you to know that there are people just like you, flesh and blood, who have been through and they are thriving. They have come out, or they're on their journey towards serenity. So I want you to hear from them. So you will be encouraged. You will take up yourself and lift up your head again and know that you can make it. So today I'm bringing with me on this show to bring to you my very own friend. Her name is Riri. That's how I call her. Riri, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Patience. Thank you for inviting
It's
me.
an honor. It's an honor to have you here. Please tell my audience who you are and who you serve in this beautiful world of ours.
My actual name is Richelle, but I go by Riri or Ree to close friends, close family members, and close friends. I serve the Most High God. He is my creator. He's my all in all. And when I say Most High, I say Jesus, God, the King, the one who died on the cross, rose again on the third day, and his blood was shed for us so we can be redeemed from sin, from pain, from hurt, from anxiety, from stress. That's who I serve. And I'm happy to just talk about it.
Yes. Thank you. You are so amazing. So, have you ever had your own, do you have an experience of stress and anxiety? Because sometimes, as I mentioned before, when someone is going through the process, they feel like nobody understands them, nobody can relate, and people sometimes around you feel like you are a burden and like, why are you being all that? I know I've been there before. So could you share a relatable story with us, please?
I sure can. I'll talk about the time. Well, I'm a single parent. So I'll talk about with my son, especially when he was a lot younger. That's when I experienced the most anxiety and the most stress. Well, he's 13 now. He's gonna be 13 at the end of this month. So I give God glory for that. But there was a time where I went through, anxiety and stress because I was engaged to his father, and all of a sudden I just felt like this wasn't it. I felt like I was engaged for the wrong reasons, only because I was pregnant. And then I just felt like there's more to what I'm experiencing. There's more to life. There's more to everything. I had very low self-esteem. So that explains the basis of the relationship. So after we broke up, separated, I went through a spiral of, I'm not good enough. No one's gonna love me because I have a child. I everything, you name it. I felt suicidal. I was depressed. At that time, my son was only almost a year. So I'm like, how am I going to survive by myself? I can't do it. So everything was just blowing up at me at once. I'm like, okay, I have a job that I didn't really like, and I have to go back to the stressful job to take care of my child. So it was just all these thoughts that just kept hacking me,
Wow. You have just hit on several points all in one, like single parenthood, engaged to the wrong person, relationship. You have touched on career and being in an unfulfilling job, but because it pays the bills, you have, there is someone watching right now who's like, yes, that's me. And really, to tell you the truth, you were reading my bio right there. Because back in 2012, we're just talking about our children right now. My child is February 29th and yours is February 28th. Yeah.
Yep.
So February in 2011, I found myself pregnant out of wedlock. Similar situation. And then our parents wanted to get us married because of our culture. Like, I'm from a royal family, so they just want to hush everything. I'm like, mommy, no, daddy, no. Do not give me dowry. I'm not getting married just because I got pregnant.
Right.
I know whom I am in this relationship with, and it's not bringing the best out of me. I do not want to go ahead with this. So it was a battle, of will, trying to preserve the family name, and then you bring in shame and all that, like, who you think you are. It was a whole lot. So I'm sure there's someone watching right now going through the same thing, having the dilemma, wondering if they should go ahead with the relationship. And I was exactly what you said. I was I was told by the guy, like, who's gonna marry you now that you have a child? Like, oh, listen, it was hard. I went to Planned Parenthood. I'm like, I'm gonna take care of this thing right now. Yes. I went there. And you mentioned that you were suicidal and all that. So tell us more, like how was this all playing out?
Wow. Oh my gosh. I lost a lot of weight.
Mm.
I'm actually pretty, I'm a slim, thick girl.
Mm-hmm.
Healthy, but I went from, let's say, after I had my son, obviously you go through that stress naturally, your
Yeah.
body goes, etc. But I went pretty much to like almost 100 pounds. And I'm
Wow.
naturally weigh a 135, 140, a healthy, you know what I mean? And I went to I was thick skinny.
Wow.
And those who know me would look at me like, whoa. And it was just one of those things where I would just try my best to keep pushing forward, but it was just hard mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I bumped into a lady that I had known. She knew, like, she was an older lady, one of my spiritual moms, I call her,
Mm-hmm.
and she was pouring into me. She was able to relate to me and say, I've been there. I had a child at a young age. I got married, but she got married and she ended up having 3 children. It wasn't until later on that she divorced and, she came to Christ and all of that. And she was able to pour into me and let me know that I'm not alone. So that's one thing I want to say to people. You're not alone. You know what I mean? Yes, it is hard. There's hard days as a single parent, but you are not alone. There's people out there. And the thing that we have to realize is we're alone when we don't say anything.
Yes.
We have to, there's an old saying, closed mouths don't get fed. And it's so, so true. Even though I bumped into the lady and she was telling me stuff and I was pouring into her, I could have been quiet. I could have sat quietly. And, who knows where I'll be today. I wouldn't be the Riri that I am today, the strong woman that I'm in and that I am today, sharing my story, sharing how I overcame, I overcame because I was able to relate to someone and open up to someone and say, I'm stressed, I'm tired, I don't know what it's going to look like being a single mom. I don't know how to make it, and me opening up, I was able to get the help that I needed, the right resources, be connected to the right people. You know what I mean? There's no shame in saying that I need help. And I feel that a lot of people, that's where they put themselves in a deeper spirals because they hide and they feel shameful because the world, society makes it seem that, what, you're a single woman, you're a woman or the independent woman, you have to do by yourself, where there's people who legit want to help.
That is so true. That is so true. You are just hitting the nail, bang, 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 right there. There is somebody listening and feeling like you are alone. At that time, it was dark. Yes, it is dark. And you feel like nobody, first of all, the shame that comes over you, you just want to be quiet. You don't, or people already judging you.
Yeah.
You don't even want to speak up. And that is one thing that makes us quiet when we're going through that, because like you don't want to put your rugs out there. Oh, I fornicated and then I have a baby and then I have no man. Where's the man? Because that's the next question. Your belly is big. Where's the man?
Yeah.
Or there's a child. Where's the father? You have to overcome that. Be strong enough to own up and let someone know that something is not right with you and that is just not okay. And then there are also resources. Riri, talking about being skinny, right? For me,
Yeah.
when I had the child, I gained weight. Okay. So my genes, the genes that I've had since I came to America, wasn't feeding me anymore. And I'm like, yo, I'm working 3 jobs,
Yeah.
being pregnant, going to grad school, being a waitress in the daytime,
Yeah.
going teaching in the charter school, and then going overnight to work with the mentally disabled community. So I was like overworked,
Yeah.
overwhelmed, underpaid, and
Yeah.
and so it was hard. So I had to go to Salvation Army to go find clothes. So guys, there is help. Put the shame aside. When
Yes.
real things come, if you have to go look for clothes, secondhand clothes, go find it and wear it. I had to go to join the line for the food for the food voucher. You have to do what you have to do. No
Do.
shame at this
Do.
time, sisters. If you are listening to this, yes. And the next thing I wanted to add, because you said the woman that helped you was married. Yes, when I met my husband after I had my daughter, through the wedlock. I went to the grocery store buying groceries and I met my husband, my now husband. That's how we met. Guess what? The first word I told him? Told him I have a daughter. She's not even 1 year old yet. I'm not ready for anything. Let me know what you're looking for. I ain't got time for this. I do not have time to play around. I just told the truth. You know, you have to be truthful in the very first instant. And if the person is yours, they will say yes. If they cannot, they should move on. Don't string anybody along.
No, it's yeah. Yeah, I agree. You have to be yes.
Being upfront is really good because that way the person can decide what they want to do. Their next step. Riri is like, you have more to say. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I totally agree. You have to be upfront and let the person decide. I've been single and I'm still single and I'm happy about it only because I know I had to go through a process of just a lot of healing. And God showed me that, you know, he took it. It's funny, you know, that scripture in Solomon, you know, don't awaken love before time. God brought me to that scripture when one day I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. And God's like, I went to the Bible and we landed right in that scripture and it said, don't wake in love before time. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I knew that I had to go through a lot more healing because of a lot of trauma also that I experienced as a child from rape and molestation. So all those things added to anxiety and stress and just how I dealt on a day-to-day basis. And it wasn't until I started going to counseling and therapy that I was unable, you know, obviously with prayer, I was able to unlock certain things that I've hidden, that I've buried. That God was like, okay, now's the time to deal with these things. Now it's the time to pack it and heal, you know? So, I mean, I've met a lot of great people, great men, friends that I'm friends with, but you know, I was honest with them saying that I'm not at that place where I'm wanting to date or allow someone in my life, you know, and those who didn't understand, you know, goodbye. Definitely.
So, I just wanted to touch on this part that you mentioned that came up. So, from the trauma of being raped as a child, how would somebody who is watching this right now as an adult, right? What can we do for young children who have been this way and probably they haven't told us, or we are ignoring the signs and things like that? How can we be of help to such children, or how can parents be watchful? We cannot be there 24 hours. So, yeah.
One thing that I do, because I was very paranoid with my son, and that's something that I had to learn that, okay, I have to let go at some point. Obviously you want to educate your children. You know, we're going to name our body parts as the correct name and educate your children, you know, what about safety, regardless of general, all around safety. That's number one. And also too, for those that have children who you're wondering or may have experienced it as a parent, do not ignore the signs. Let your child know that it's not their fault. That was something that was not shown to me. So I went around for years thinking that I was a mistake, that I messed up, that I did something wrong. Meanwhile, it happened to me when I was a very, very young age, at the age of 7. What do I know about sex?
7.
You know, so one thing, you have to love on your child. Let them know that it wasn't their fault as parents, and get them the help that they need, you know, because it's something that mentally, emotionally, it impacts them and affects them from a young age, and it can grow to something later on when they get older if not dealt with properly. This is when you see a lot of individuals out there who have traumatic issues, or some people, you know, they go to other means, to drugs, to alcohol, or they've become very promiscuous, and you wonder why this person is acting this way. It's because of the undealt with trauma. So that's, I think, for most importantly for parents, you know, I mean, we can't be there 24/7, and you know, they go out in the world, they're in school, they're at, you know, they hang out with their friends, you know what I mean? They're at daycares, they're at different events, birthday parties even. I know COVID right now doesn't allow it, but you know, just in general, even family members, you know, they have come over. So we just have to be mindful, be watchful, be alertful, you know, and just educate our children, and don't dismiss them when they say, you know, they want to tell you something. A lot of times, you know, especially within our community, it's hidden under the rug. stigma that, you know, they brush it under the rug, they ignore it. And we have to stop doing that. We have to look at our sons, look at our daughters and say, you know what? Let's talk more about this. Let's figure this out together and let them know that they're not alone.
Yeah. Wow. This is so profound because there are lots of people who are walking around with hidden burdens and
Yeah.
nobody knows about it. They're not sharing. It comes back to speaking up. But what
Yeah.
if I speak up and they don't believe me? What if I speak up and they rather accuse me?
Yeah.
So I want you to know that you 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 are not a victim. You are a survivor.
Yeah.
That
That's it.
you are loved. You are not dirty. You are beautiful. You are special. And someone wanted to steal your treasure. So take
Yeah.
it back. Take it back.
Yes.
Stand tall.
Yes.
This is amazing.
Yes.
Wow. So in this case, right, coming back to our topic of breathe with patience from anxiety to serenity. So when it comes to the case of rape and all this, the person who has been the victim have their own stress, and then the environment creates the stress of you did this, you brought it
Yeah.
on yourself. So we have to find a way to normalize and bring it calm, right?
Definitely.
Definitely. Wow. So what are your takeaways to anybody who is watching right now and go like, Riri, I can relate. I am a single mom. I
Yeah.
am working in a stressful job. I have been raped. I am suicidal every day. I don't know what to do. What are some three things, three nuggets you like to leave with them so they will know that there is a way towards serenity? It is not all dead.
To believers and non-believers, I want to say, you know, there is a silver lining. There is hope at the end of all of this. You know, keep pushing, keep believing, keep praying, be connected, you know, to people. You know, again, there's a lot of resources out there that we have available to us. And don't be scared to reach out and be connected. Stay connected to someone. Um, Also, I want to say that, you know, you are a survivor, you are beautiful, you are loved. You know, that's to the men and the women. It's okay to cry if you need to cry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't stay down forever.
Mm-mm,
And I think that's the thing that a lot of us do. You know, we get kicked down
mhm.
and we wallow a lot in our own sorrows. You know, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad, but at the end of that, you have to look at the bigger picture. Those that are parents, we have to look that we are not living for ourselves, we're living for the next generation. And that let that be your motivation to keep on going. Those without children, look at yourself, look how far you've come. You know what I mean? You, even though it may hurt, it may suck, it may
Mhm.
be stressful, there is a way out and you will get out. You are not alone. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah. You are not alone. Yes, this is so powerful and so amazing. I'm just excited for the information. Just looking at you, as you are a strong woman and don't look like what you have been through. So if anybody is watching right now, just look at this lady right there. Just look at her. She has been through it. She is healing daily, as she says she is going through it. And she is coming here to serve as a source of hope for you to pick yourself back up and to smile. Hold your head high and know that you can do it. She said, do not stay down there. People want you down there. They want to trample on you 24/7 and use their words and their actions and looking down on you every day. But use all those bricks and those stones that are thrown at you, use them to build a ladder one step at a time and stand up tall. Still we rise.
Yes.
Yes. So Riri, how can people connect with you?
Sure. If you're on IG, I have my personal page is Riri.mil underscore, or my For Her Worth page where I do empowerment, encouraging women. I also have a podcast on there that I do every Tuesday night. So you definitely can hit me up there. It's For Her Worth. And on Instagram, YouTube coming soon, hopefully. But right
Yes.
Yeah, you can connect with me there. DM me at For Her Worth. And I would love to connect with you, both male and female, whoever you are. Even though it's a platform mainly for women right now, I do try to post stuff that can, encourage everybody, because it's all about uplifting our brother, our sisters. We're in this together. You're not alone. I can't stress that enough.
This is so beautiful. So great to have you here, Riri. I'm so excited. Please, guys, go connect with this powerful, powerful, powerful woman. She is a blessing. She is a light. So you can know, as she keeps saying, not just for women. There are lots of men who have been silent, who feel nobody will believe them, even if they've been through all this. Because there is a single father somewhere right now. There is a man who has been sexually abused. There is a
Yeah.
man who is contemplating suicide. There is a man somewhere who just feels like it is over and he is worth nothing. But I want you to know that you were made for greater things. There is a purpose. You have been preordained. You have been called. You have been qualified. Go on out there and use that story that you
Yes.
have to heal the world. We are waiting on you. Riri, do you have any last words before we leave?
Wow, you said it so beautifully, but I just want to stress that you are put on this earth on purpose, with purpose, for a purpose. Again, you just said something so powerful. You look at me, I don't look like what I've been through. And I agree, you don't have to look like what you've been through. You do not have to look like what you've been through, even though it may be trials, tribulation, and turmoil. Remember that you're here on purpose, with a purpose. And everything that you go through is not only for yourself, is to build someone else up. And this is what we're here on this earth to do. So.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, this has been another exciting edition of Breathe with Patience, from anxiety to serenity. Our goal is get to that light, and you are the light. Lift up the covers and let it shine through. Join me again for our next episode of Breathe with Patience, from anxiety to serenity. Take care now.